Wow, we're having a spectacular day here, and I hope you're having a spectacular day as well. Right now, we're going to talk about Bitcoin's price. Will BAKKT's launch this month take Bitcoin to new highs? A quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion. I am not smarter than you. You are smarter than you realize. Do not trust what I say. Do your own research. So, Bitcoin's price. Will BAKKT's launch this month take Bitcoin to new highs? I like this meter, the little meter here, and Bitcoin swinging to the left-hand side. Kind of a nice graphic. Anyway, I thought this article was quite interesting. Is this time different, or will the market's reaction to the latest institutional product launch echo that of the CBOE futures launch in December 2017, which resulted in Bitcoin price dropping 85% over the following 12 months? Now, really quickly, my opinion on this is I don't think it was the CBOE launch that caused Bitcoin to drop its price starting in December of 2017 when it hit the all-time high of $20,000 and continued to drop value until December of 2018 when it hit a low of $3,000. To be honest with you, I'm not convinced that that was the result of the CBOE. I think that there was so much excitement about Bitcoin as it peaked up to $20,000, and then it kind of hit a point where people just stopped buying it, and as a result, people started selling, and it went into a panic sale and then continued to drop, and then people got upset, angry, disgusted, so that even when there was good news back in August of 2018, the price continued to go down. So good news was unable to bring the price up, and the slightest bad news made the price plummet. And so there were a number of different events where the news came out and the price dropped even more over that 12 months. And so my reaction to his statement is I don't think it was the CBOE futures launch that actually caused Bitcoin to drop 85% in value over that 12-month period. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm going to stick with it. So, the continued development of institutional grade products for both trading and custodianship should be perceived as bullish for the asset class of cryptocurrencies, as it allows for greater access to these markets for investors, as well as increasing general liquidity, making it easier to buy and sell in any kind of quantities. So you can see here's where they point out the CBOE launches, and then you can see the price descending after that. While the two things have a similar time period, I don't think one was the cause of the other. I don't think the CBOE launching is what forced Bitcoin's price down. But anyway, that's my opinion. I may be right, I may be wrong. Time might tell, or time may never tell. That could be one of those things that we never really know. Typically, when volatility drops off to this degree, it's an indicator that the next move will be a large and explosive one. So I kind of jumped into that topic. Let me back up and explain what they're talking about. Over the last number of months, since the beginning of the year, Bitcoin increased dramatically, and we went from the $3,500 range all the way up to $10,000. We even hit $14,000 back in April, and then since we've dropped off somewhat. And since that period of time, Bitcoin has been almost steady right in the 10,000, 11,000, 9,000 price range, and kind of jumping up and down within there. So the volatility has dropped off to a certain degree, and the point that they're making here is that the fact that Bitcoin's volatility has dropped off is an indicator that the next move is going to be a large and explosive move. Now, I kind of agree with that sentiment. I think that Bitcoin is kind of leveled off. People are purchasing it, getting more invested as we're kind of waiting with anticipation for certain events, such as the BAKKT exchange going live, TD Ameritrade offering cryptocurrencies on their platforms, all these different stock brokerage firms that have said that they're going to be coming out with cryptocurrency trading on the stock brokerage platforms, and a number of other things that are coming up in the near future, including several ETFs that are about to be where the Securities and Exchange Commission are coming up on deadlines that they have to make decisions about certain ETFs. I think all of those events, as they're happening this fall through September to December, I think have a lot of potential for elevating the price of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin hash rate has steadily been rising this year as new batches of miners and mining operations come online at a quickening pace ahead of the block reward halving in next May. Keeping a close eye on the volatility index as well as the hash rate can be used as leading indicators to determine when a large move is likely to occur, as well as giving insight into the health and interest from investors at a network level. Now, the mining is actually a very useful tool. You know, one of the things that you have when you're looking at a company like IBM or Starbucks or Microsoft, these different companies, you can gauge the health of the company by their sales and by how profitable they are and whether or not their balance sheets look good. So all of these different financial indicators help people to determine, is a particular stock healthy and in good shape? Well, with cryptocurrencies, you don't have accounting information. Accounting information and the price of a cryptocurrency are not related. In fact, Bitcoin in particular, there really isn't any, there's no business on the back end that drives Bitcoin. It's actually a community effort, and there is no Bitcoin company that people kind of report to or whatever. There's no business organization behind Bitcoin in actuality. So you can't go to the accounting to determine the health of a cryptocurrency, but the mining operations of Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies, and I specifically emphasize the word some because each cryptocurrency you have to look and find out, is there a mining community? How did they set up that particular cryptocurrency? Because with some cryptocurrencies, there is a business that runs it, and there are no available, like it's not possible for you to just go download software and become a miner of that cryptocurrency. So some cryptocurrencies have miners, some cryptocurrencies do not have miners. You have to investigate that on a cryptocurrency by cryptocurrency basis. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Miners for Bitcoin tell you more about the health of the network and the health of the cryptocurrency, because as Bitcoin becomes more and more profitable for people to be mining on it, there are more and more miners that jump on board. And one of the things that will drive that profitability matrix is the number of transactions on the network, how many people are buying and selling Bitcoin, and a number of different things like that affect the profitability for miners. When there's not very many transactions going on, miners make less money. When there's lots of transactions going on, miners can make more money. And so there's a number of different factors, but the bottom line is that you can see in this chart that the hash rate, and the hash rate is a measure of the computing power of the Bitcoin network. You can see that that has been increasing, and that's an indication that there's more and more miners coming online and that are actually getting involved with mining Bitcoin cryptocurrency, which is what makes all the transactions possible It protects the network from a security perspective, and a number of other things are involved with a Bitcoin hash rate. So the hash rate is a very important metric or indicator in terms of understanding the health of a particular cryptocurrency. So the article goes on, consolidation continues, but a large move is on the horizon. So they also talk here about a bullish scenario. The macro case for Bitcoin as well as network fundamentals make a strong case for continued strength for the asset class. But let's zoom in on our perspective and lower our time frames to the near term to map out where the price could be headed in a bullish scenario. And so you can see he starts doing a number of different charts for Bitcoin. This particular chart goes all the way back to the $14,000 price that we experienced back around April 24th. And you can see that after that, we started the year out around 3,000, and we've climbed. The date here is April 24th, and then here's the 1st of July. And so you can see that while we have been somewhat volatile as it jumps up and down, the volatility seems to be getting more and more compressed and coming down to a closer and closer point as it's drawing this particular pennant flag. And so a lot of people are feeling that this is quite a positive sign that as we approach the BAKKT exchange, that we're going to see a significant move. I don't know what's going to happen. It's hard to tell the future, but I have a tendency to agree. I think that the BAKKT exchange going live is going to be a very positive thing for Bitcoin, and I'm looking forward to seeing what actually happens with it. So I want to thank you for listening, and I want to ask you, hey, like, subscribe, and hodl. Have a great evening.